So now we're going to be talking about any sort of vibration problems you might be having with the Volt. There are moving parts with this, so screws just loosen over time. So this is just part of general maintenance with the Volt. First thing to check is your control box. Is there play up here? Even if it's just a little bit, that can cause vibration, because if this thing detects any sort of vibration, it will cause some jittering. Okay, so for the sake of this, because I use 50mm rods for this setup, you just tighten these down to get rid of that. Now, thing to mention about the Pro, when you have the MDR bracket, because it has the diving board sticking out, that is a thin piece of metal sticking out, is more prone to vibration. So you might not be able to turn the dials up to its full potential, depending on your shot. Next is the Volt. I've already loosened all the screws that are going to need tightening, so I can show you each one of those items. First is this screw that holds the Volt into the gimbal yoke. So I take a 1/8 Allen wrench and I tighten that down, just finger tight. Okay. Next, I take 7/64. You notice this belt is kind of loose, so you tighten this screw right here for this motor. You don't want to over tighten this, just enough that you get enough belt tension. Same thing with this motor. If you're operating and you notice the belt jumps on the motor, then you didn't tighten enough. Okay, so you notice that. Next is a couple of screw behind the counterweight. Now, always move the counterweight away from your monitor, so if it does fall, it doesn't land on your screen. Okay, then you take 1/16 Allen wrench to this screw. Be careful with this screw because it is more prone to stripping. And lastly, you take your assembly tool, which is used for your gimbal, and this is a counterweight trunnion screw. So you line up these pins to the holes and you tighten that up. If you notice that your gimbal is off center as well, this may be a cause from it. Okay? You reinsert the counterweight, and there you go.